I should like to respond to Thunderfoot's most recent video. Regrettably, this has all become drama. That drama is now obscuring a rather more important issue, the position of Islam in Western society, which is something that I would like to discuss. The respect that Thunderfoot rightly has gained means he does have influence, some 100,000 subscribers, and the ear of P.Z. Myers, Richard Dawkins and the like. Thunderfoot has made a series of videos about Islam recently, and notably has pushed Draw Muhammad Day. The respect he has carries across to the arguments he advances, the causes he supports, and the manner in which he does both. I find Thunderfoot's positions and actions regarding Islam to be deeply problematic. In short, I don't think he's read the situation properly, and, as a result, the actions he's taking are not just ill-informed, but, regrettably, may actually worsen the situation. So, I will, in time-honoured fashion, respond to Thunderfoot's most recent video by making 3 points. I've replied to several of Thunderfoot's videos, but 3 in particular seem to be popular, and they do capture a substantial part of my argument. The originals from Thunderfoot with my responses are on screen now. I would add here that I've always addressed the issue and not the person. I've done my best to be polite, and I've been at pains to dissociate myself from comments in those threads leaving unwarranted charges at Thunderfoot's door. There are 25 substantives here. Firstly, that the comparison between the Westboro Baptist Church and the Cordoba Initiative doesn't work. Secondly, that people, and in particular the promoters of Park 51, are not judged on their actions, but on what people think their actions are. Thirdly, that Thunderfoot's Crusader house analogy is a straw man. Fourthly, that we should set higher standards of behaviour for the West than Saudi Arabia maintains. Fifthly, that his argument about reciprocation works both ways, and should also be viewed from the position of Rauf. Sixthly, that Islam is not monolithic, that it has multiple interpretations, including of Sharia. Seventhly, that Saudi Arabia is not an archetypal example of what Islam has to offer. Eighthly, that Saudi Arabia is not a mainstream Islamic state. Ninthly, that there are multitudinous criticisms by Muslims of Saudi Arabia. Tenthly, that Park 51 offers the productive enrichment of society through cultural mixing that Thunderfoot claims to desire. 11thly, that Mecca is not an icon of discrimination, and that Thunderfoot does not have the ability to decide what others believe for them. 12thly, that Muslims do not pray to the Kaaba but towards the Kaaba, and that this difference matters. 13thly, that the conclusion of Thunderfoot's syllogism, that we should not allow Muslims who pray to the Kaaba to claim intolerance as an argument, does not work, as the presumed intolerance of Muslims does not threaten the tolerance of our society, and therefore we are not justified in being intolerant of them. 14thly, that intolerance can beget further intolerance. 15thly, that it is not just Muslims who pray to the Kaaba who are asking for toleration from Thunderfoot. 16thly, that the consequence of Thunderfoot's argument is removing a great many people from a great portion of political debate. 17thly, that religion is not going away, and so we can either make it inoffensive by encouraging those parts of it that are amenable to Enlightenment values, or we can drive them all toward the extremists. 18thly, civilization is not a monument to science, science is a monument to civilization. 19thly, that the previous argument is daft, and that we are looking at multiple iterative interrelated social phenomena. 20thly, that the number of scientific papers published is not a proxy for a measure of civilization. First and 20thly, that Thunderfoot is wrong to assume a monocausal relationship for the low output of scientific papers by the Arab world cited in Jim Al-Khalili's paper. Second and 20thly, that development for currently developing states is different to states that developed earlier in history for what is known as path dependency, including the intellectual dominance of the US, formation of rentier states, various other economic effects, and the effect of empire. Third and 20thly, that the social psychology at work here matters. Fourth and 20thly, that the premise of Thunderf00t's question, given such data, it seems clear Islam as it is currently practiced is detrimental to modern civilization. Obviously the world will be a better place in 50 years if this anti-science attribute of the religion is diminished, or the number of people practicing the religion is diminished, is wrong. And fifth and 20thly, that the solution to the problem at which Thunderf00t hints is not confrontation but engagement. Secondly, some of the personal attacks made by Thunderf00t. Quite frankly, I find them to be beneath you, Thunderf00t. The people involved are quite capable of defending themselves and indeed have done so, but I would like it to be on the record that if it were not for the medication I take, I would be unstable. Finally, if Thunderf00t would like to have a discussion on Islam on the West, I'd open to the idea and I'd really like to join in. The fashion at the moment is to have things out on Blog TV, the YouTube equivalent of a gunfight at high noon. I actually think that YouTube is a better format for discussions that do need a bit of research and reflection and so on, and that Blog TV debates end up being machismo contests. But Thunderf00t, if you'd rather have a discussion on Blog TV than over YouTube, that's fine too. I do apologise for the quality of this recording. As you can probably tell, I'm having some problems with my voice. I'm DLandonCole, and I'll see you next time.